Hi everyone, my name is Veronica Lopez, and I will be going over my brainstorming ideas and what I did that worked best for me over this video. Before we do begin, I do want to say that mind mapping was the best choice for me just because I am a person who has her ideas out there and they need to be written down and narrowed down, because most of the time, most of my ideas run around the same circle. So I did do the mind map. I didn't do it as traditions as the examples that we were given. What I did was I did it on paper. I needed to see what I wanted to write out. I know my handwriting is super ugly, so I did not do it on paper. I then transferred it to Word, and in Word I did divide it into 3 colors. We have blue, we have red, and we have yellow. Now the red, that's more something I was not trying to convey as my last final speech, but they were the first ideas that went to my head because that's what I was hearing around. I was reading about it, or I guess you could say this was the idea that was influenced by my surroundings. The red one signifies mainly human trafficking. I did subcategorize them, and I'll show the slide at the end of the video. I did domestic violence awareness. I did a pedophile ring confirmed. I know if a lot of you aren't aware, but there's a lot of things going on, that there's elite pedophile group, and I've been trying to research it more and trying to see if it's something that we need to be aware of, because it does involve a lot of Hollywood people, a lot of important people, but again, this could be just, rumors. So that's why it's a red. A third one that I have been seeing, because I do love Ashton Kutcher and I do love his Thorn charity, and that one is child trafficking awareness. This topic is also in red just because I know it's really uncomfortable. I know most of us on here, we have someone who is still a children, or just everyone, we have a child that we love so much, and it's so hard to hear any of those related stories. The next category I have is blue. The blue one is just my second choices, and it's based what I have more research on, and that's based on ethics. So I know at the beginning of class we spoke about ethics and how we should incorporate it, and we had really great discussions. So what I did is I also narrowed down into 5 sections, or 5 bubbles. My first one is the ethics classes offered, that they need to be offered at a younger age, as I mentioned before. I feel that way we need to do ethics because a lot of ethics and morals is who we are as a future. With that, I also came with the idea that ethics training annually and jobs and schools would be also a great opportunity to help us and shape our personalities to keep on going and to make us moral. The reason I say this is because in my job, we do a yearly ethics training, and it's really helpful because they hold you accountable, and you're accountable of the information that you're given and how you're not supposed to misuse the trust and, whatever category your job is. With the other third bubble in my blue section, I chose to teach all religions in school. The reason I say this because I want to share some personal stories where I've learned about some religions that I wasn't aware. And even though we both respected each other's religions because we were different, we came to a conclusion that the summary of the both religions were to be a better human, to be more humanitarian to one another. So that's why I think that if we shelter so much and we aren't showing these religions, we're just not educated enough of what's out there, and there's so many cultures. So that was another one of my third ones. The fourth one is what ethics, I guess it's in general, what ethic benefits, if it benefits schools or how it benefits jobs, how it benefits our personal lives. So overall, like I said, ethics, this category will sub together. The last one for the ethics section is the mandatory second language in schools. That way, because we are so behind as a country, and I did some research where we're only shown one language, and we're in a country where there's so many cultures, so many languages, and the fact that many of us only know one, it could be a little hard to communicate with someone when they're in problems, especially if we know that we're in an area populated by this type of language. Then it would be definitely great to learn it so we can help them if they ever need help or if they're in danger, just to help one another. So those were my blue ethics bubbles, as I call them. The last one would be my volunteer opportunities, and this one's in yellow because it kind of wraps up my red and blue bubble. So this one was just in yellow as my first idea as well, like a pop, like, hey, wouldn't it be great if we would be part of the solution? So let me show you what I did. Again, thank you for any feedback on this video. Now let me go ahead and show you my slide. Oh, I'm having technical difficulties. So let's see here. Okay, so it's not turning it, but I will post it on the discussion. Thank you again for following up in my speech and in my process, and thank you for sharing this experience.